Hello, welcome to Diaries of Miss Yellow. My name is Fini, aka Miss Yellow, and you're welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. Please subscribe for more videos and join the family. It is currently 11:37 p.m. and it's taking me all the energy in the world to make this video. Today is the 14th of November 2020, and I already said it was like past 11 p.m. So I just wanted to talk about something and about someone in this video. And what I want to talk about is grief. Yes, I want to talk about grief in a good way. I feel like this video is mainly for memory purposes. Please forgive any grammar, vocabulary blunders that I make, because like I said, it's taking everything for me to make this video. On this day 2 months ago, I lost my godmother, and I feel like life has been different for me since then. Like, a lot of things have changed. I've had to change, I've had to move, like physically move. I've had to move houses. I've had to adapt more to adulting. There are a lot of things that I wasn't doing before that all of a sudden I have to start doing now. So a lot of things have change. Has been like 5 and 6 with me in the last 2 months. Anyways, the purpose of this video is basically to just remember my godmother, remember all the good things she did for me. So a little backstory: I met this woman 2 years ago, April of 2018, and it has been 2 impactful years. Like, it feels like I've known her for so long. It feels like I knew her rather for longer than that. She made me her child basically, and there were times that I know some people had to ask, like, have you guys known each other for so? I'm like, to be honest, I only just met her like 2 years ago. We haven't known each other for that long, but it felt like she's always been part of my life. Okay, so before I continue with this video, I just want to say I saw this somewhere and it has really resonated with me over this last 2 months. It's someone's definition of grief. Grief is love with nowhere to go. So love you have for someone, love you have for something, but you can't express that love anymore because either that thing is no more or that person is no more. That is literally what I have been going through. That is what I have been feeling. I always want to text this person, but they're not alive to see the message, not talk or respond. I want to call this person when something is wrong, but they're not there for me to call. And that has been the hardest part for me, to be honest. Just there are times that I forget that she's there are times I forget that she's no longer alive, and I literally pick up my phone to call her, and then you just, like, as I'm about to press the call button, like, the realization just sets in that no one is going to answer this call because she's not alive anymore. Anyways, some of the things that I loved about my godmother: she always called me Omogi. She gave me a place to stay for 2 years. She gave me a job. I was working for her while I was in school. Even after school, I was still working for her. She encouraged me to start my cooking business. I was doing it like a little bit, but she really encouraged me to, like, get it up and running, make posters, flyers, like I remember summer of 2019, like I had an entire month where I was just making snacks. Like school was on break, so like she's like, "What are you doing sitting at home? Like make snacks, sell it to people." She helped me advertise. She helped me like not just my cooking business, even for hair. When I used to make hair, she would advertise for me. She would refer me to people. And the thing with this business is I was using her hydro water, things that were essential and were major costs for my business. Like to bake, I use the oven like every other day. And that's like a lot on the hydro bill. I knew it was a lot on the hydro bill, but she never collected a dime for it. And even when she patronized my business, she paid the full price on top of the fact that I was using her hydro, I was using her equipment, her pots, her pans, everything. Like she was just too much. Even her children, whenever her children patronize, she's like, make sure you guys pay for you. And she always made sure they did, and they always did. I always looked forward to Christmas because we always had Christmas party at home that she organized, and she always gave the best Christmas gifts. She always made sure that people who didn't have their families around didn't feel too lonely around Christmas time and any other holiday, to be honest, Easter, Canada Day. She always made sure that we did something. She was my mother in Hamilton, basically. That's why I call her my godmother. Like after my mom, she was my mom. And she advised me like a mom would advise their child. She always prayed for me. She always prayed with me. She was always checking up on my spiritual life and making sure that like it's not just about going to church. You have to have that personal relationship with God. And she was such a good example of Christian living. Another thing is she loved my family as her own. She always checked up on my family, always asked about them. Another thing I would never forget, she made me get my G2, and the very first time I drove on the highway, I drove her car. So quick story. When I got my G2, she wanted me to drive on the highway with her car, and we were literally coming out of the driveway of my house, and I hit her car on another car. Like we've not even gone on the road, I'm just coming out of the driveway, I hit her car. We came down, saw what the problem was. I think the light in front fell off or something. I'd like, to be honest, I don't know car parts, but something fell off, and she literally picked it up, fixed it back in, and told me to continue driving. I was like, ma, like you still want me to drive with the small crash that I already did? She's like, yeah, like how will you learn if you don't continue? Anyways, I feel like I would probably have not gotten my G2 by now if it wasn't for her, and that has saved my life. For a period of time, I had to run errands for her, and it required me renting a car, and she would rent the car for the entire weekend. It only takes me like half of a day to run the errands for her, but she'll rent the car for the entire weekend. I'll run her errands, and I have the car all to myself for the rest of the weekend. I was balling that time. Another really good thing that I remember her for, she gave me sisters. She gave me a lot of sisters. Younger sisters that I would always cherish. Younger sisters that have made my life so interesting. Younger sisters that have pushed me more towards my purpose. They stretched me in good and not so good ways. Some of them are like my babies for life now. Like their problems are my problems, their joy is my joy, their celebration is my celebration. Like I carry their matter on my head, literally. And I definitely wouldn't have met these beautiful ladies if it wasn't for her. She also gave me an elder sister, her daughter. She's so nice. Oh my god. Being a pastor's child, I know what it is to share your parents. What am I even putting quotes? Literally, share your parents with like a bunch of people from church. Her daughter literally let her mom share me with her, and she was so super nice, always making sure I'm okay, and I know that she's gonna keep making her mom proud for sure. One thing that my godmother taught me was to love unconditionally. This woman, no matter how much you step on her toes, she would still keep loving you. Like, she didn't push people away, and it was a really big thing for me. Like, there's some things people would do to her and I'll be like, why are you still helping this person? Why are you still picking up their calls when they call you? Why are you still responding to their texts after like what they've done? But like, she taught me that, yo, do you know how many things you've done and God has forgiven you? So who are you to put people away because of things that they've done to you, or because of their behavior, their actions? And to be honest, it's something I'm still learning to do. I will not even lie. I haven't totally grasped the whole concept of like loving unconditionally. Something that I'm praying to God to help me to do. And tying in with that, she never gave up on people. Never, ever. Like, use the example of me like bashing her car and still like telling me to drive it, or still letting me drive it, and like afterwards she still let me drive it. Like, she wouldn't give up on you easily or at all, to be honest. Like, even if she's trying to tell you something, teach you something, and you're not getting it, she'll take her time. She was patient. I'm just grateful to God that I have a guardian angel. I have an extra guardian angel that's watching over me, that's making sure that I succeed in this life. Because my godmother wanted me to succeed. Like, she did not want me to suffer in this life, basically. I'm grateful that she's in heaven right now, working hand in hand with God to make sure that I succeed and that I fulfill my purpose on earth. I make heaven. I remember this time last year, she was planning my 21st birthday. She made sure I celebrated my birthday. And one thing about her, she always celebrated people, always. The most tiny things, she always celebrated them. And I remember she made sure I celebrated my 21st birthday, got me a hall for free to throw a party. Like, I remember her asking me how many guests I wanted to invite, and when I told her the number, she was like, like, it's like you don't know the plans that I have. She told me no, like, it was too small. I need to invite people, like, turn 21 is a big deal. And I got the ginger from her, and like on a normal day I'm already so pumped about my birthday, and because of her, like, I got extra ginger that to make sure I carry on every year, because you never know which one is your last. To be honest, you don't know which year is your last, so it's always important to celebrate every single year. This time last year, she drove all the way to the US, crossed the border to get like party supplies, drinks. I had like a theme and colors that I wanted. She made sure she got them like to the letter, and I'm just so grateful for her. So grateful for her. She made sure that I had a blast basically. I'm so grateful for her. Whew. I never told her enough how grateful I was. I never told her enough. I never told her enough how grateful I was that she took me as her daughter. I definitely didn't tell her I loved her enough, and I'm trying to have no regrets, but it's something I do regret. I didn't tell her enough that I loved her. I didn't tell her enough that I was grateful for her. And obviously, you learn from experiences, right? So it's definitely something I'm learning to do more with the people in my life at the moment. Anyways, thanks guys for listening to my rambles. God. I can't spoil this makeup, so I can't cry. Yeah. Oh, and something else that I've learned is the world is not going to wait for you because you're grieving. Like, whether you lost your child, your mother, your father, your twin, the world is not gonna wait 1 second for you. It's gonna keep going. And to be honest, you can't really get over grief. You just have to keep moving with it. Yeah, you have to keep moving with it. I feel like after a certain point, people just think, oh yeah, like, ugh, it's been a while, so she's okay now. It's been a while, so he's fine now. Like, life is back to normal. Life can never be back to normal for people who are experiencing or have gone through grief. They just learn to move with it. They just learn to live with it, I guess. So always be kind to people because you don't know what they're going through. By the way, I plan on recording another video, so if you see me in this outfit with this exact makeup, hair, everything, please don't judge me. Watch out for that one too. Gonna be coming out soon. Anyways, thanks guys. See you later. Oh yeah, remember that you're loved, you're doing amazing, and you were born to be great. I'll see you soon.